This has been one of the craziest seasons we have ever had together in our entire life.
Yeah, definitely. We are back. So we took about a month or so off because we've had some crazy life changes that we're going to share a little bit about right now. If you follow me on Instagram, then you already know that we bought a house. So that's kind of why we've been a little MIA on here. We just had a lot going on, and we're gonna share more in detail about the whole home buying process and everything. But let me just tell you that we were planning to rent, and then we just made the move and decided, let's just buy instead. From the time we decided to buy to the time we closed, it was about a month. So it happened very, very quick. So like I said, we'll get into detail with that. But today we're actually going to do a Q&A. I put up a little question box on my Instagram last week, and I answered a few on there, but then I thought, let's just do a Q&A on here and answer a few more.
And before we jump in, I know a lot of you are like, you bought a house? Like, hold on, rewind. Let's talk about that. Like I said, this has been one of the craziest seasons of our lives. It's not even just buying the house. Anything that could happen has happened in this entire process. And I've got videos that I'm making for you guys that just show you the whole process. It's a lot. Like, even us being able to just sit down and do this video is like a miracle.
Yeah.
So, we'll definitely share more about that.
Yeah.
And we can't wait to share our new life, our new home, everything with you guys. All of our videos are going to be here, showing you how we live, even as a family of 5, as minimalists, in this new space, a space that we never had this much space. And I was just telling her, based on the size of our house now, we make this house seem like too much house.
Yeah.
Because of the way that we are minimalist. And it's not a huge house. It's just, I'm glad that we are living the way that we do.
Yeah, same.
So let's jump into the questions.
Right. Okay, the first question is, where have you been? So we kind of just answered that. We've been moving. We've been a little busy. We had some car situation come up. We had to get a new transmission on my car, and it was a whole thing.
And it's the only car that fits 3 car seats in our family.
We've just been in this season of busyness because we had to be moving, and we didn't move like down the street. We moved like to pretty much like a new town.
New city.
It's like 30 minutes away from where we used to live, even further than that from the kids' school. So it's been a huge adjustment for us. And even though we are minimal, it's taken a long time for us to really situate the house because it's so new. It's like we don't know where we want to put things. And to be honest, we're still kind of unpacking and getting things together. Like, we just put 2 beds together today. So anyway, where we've been is just getting situated in this house.
One of the questions too was the move easier since you are a minimalist? I would say 100% yes, it's been easier because getting everything packed and then getting all the furniture here was like crazy. We're a family of 5, and I was able to fit everything in the U-Haul truck one trip.
Yeah.
And that's with all of the equipment, all of the furniture, everything.
Our couch is pretty big, so I thought that was going to take most of the truck anyway.
Yeah.
So yeah, one trip. So how we moved this time that was different is I stayed at the apartment and I cleaned each room as he emptied it. So they took the furniture, I cleaned the room, and then I moved on from there so that when he left with the U-Haul truck, I stayed, I did one last deep clean, and then I did a walkthrough with the owner, landlord, and I returned the keys and I was done. Normally the process is a lot harder with moving because I basically on moving day go to the new place and like try to situate things there, and then I go back the next day or a couple days after and like clean the old place, you know? And this time I was like, you know what? I want to be done. When you leave with the U-Haul, I want to leave shortly after and have turned in the keys and be completely done with this apartment. Like, I feel like I didn't want to focus on 2 places at once. So for me in that area, because I'm the one who normally cleans after we moved, it was a lot easier. We've lived in 3 different places. So when we first got married, we lived in a little 1-bedroom apartment with a den that was like an office.
Like
really
800 square feet.
Yeah, it was small. It was about that, but it
on the
it
third
worked.
floor.
Yeah, that's what was tough. It was on the 3rd floor. It was in a great location. We liked it. There was nothing actually wrong with it. It's just that I was pregnant. We stayed there for 2 years. Then when I was pregnant with Mila, I was like, there's no way. Pregnant, walking up the stairs, there's no elevator. I was like, I don't think I can do this full, like my whole pregnancy, but then also just thinking about having to carry a baby up and down 3 flights of stairs and a car seat, because normally you just take the infant seat with you. So we moved from there to a townhouse, and the townhouse was good short term, but then we welcomed another baby, and then one time I fell down the stairs and I was like newly postpartum. I don't know. I think I was just like really tired or something, but I fell down the stairs. I got hurt. And then it sounds funny saying it out loud. Yeah. So anyway, we kind of outgrew that too, because it was a 2-bedroom, and then the stairs just was not working for us with the kids. And then we moved to the apartment that we were just living in. Perfect space. We welcomed another baby. Then we just kind of felt like, you know, the kids are at the age where they need a really nice like outdoor space. And
we shared with you guys that the HOA that we lived in, they literally put a letter on our door and said, no kids are allowed to ride bikes.
I don't think we ever shared that on YouTube. I shared it on Instagram. Maybe we did. I'm not sure. But the HOA at that apartment was so strict. And it seems like maybe they were moving towards making it a 55 and older community, which would be perfect. It's a really nice and quiet neighborhood, but the HOA, whenever they feel like it, they just implement new rules, and you kind of just have to follow them. So we were pretty much the only young family there for the most part for the 2 years we were there. We would ride our bikes, and the kids had scooters, and we just one day during the pandemic, which I feel like has been worse because, you know, we were staying home, we were trying to be safe, and then they tell us we can't ride those outside or in the community. It literally said the neighborhood is not a playground. So we couldn't risk it because they do give fines there. They threatened, what was it, like up to $1,000 fine. So yeah, we just stopped riding our bikes for like the last 8 months, I think. It was a while.
It's a lot. It's a lot for our kids to have to be cooped up in the house.
Yeah.
And, you know, it was always our dream to buy a house. We wanted to buy a house.
Yeah.
We've been saving for a long time. We didn't feel like it was the right time, you know, when we were looking for actually a place to rent. But then we're seeing rent for like $4,000 and more. And I'm like, that's just too much to rent a house for our kids to be able to play in. And again, we had been saving. I know we said that we weren't going to dive too deep into the home buying, but it was time, and we needed our kids to have somewhere to play and to have those memories. So we bought, and we're out of that tough situation with the HOA and tight living space. And you know, even as minimalists, that space was just tight. And
it was tight.
I think we can say this confidently, like the way that the home is shaped, even if you have a lot of square feet, it doesn't always lend itself to like easy living. Mm-hmm. I think it's important to have, you know, a good layout. And so we can't wait to show you the home coming soon. Yeah,
so we are currently in our bedroom. We are in the process of painting. We started painting like the living room and the dining area.
So we'll show you.
Our room is under
construction.
Yeah.
That is actually black paint that I've just sanded down, but this wall is going to be black. Yeah, so we're trying to pick the perfect black, which I think we did. What is it called? I think we're going with Black Magic from... Black Magic. Benjamin Moore. Sherwin-Williams. Really? I think it's Sherwin-Williams. Oh, just kidding. So we tested a few colors because it's different now. It's like we're going to be living... This is our house. So before we would probably have picked a black or a white or whatever color and just went on our way. But now we're like, okay, we're not moving, so let's pick the best one. So we did the patches and then we picked it and he's filling it in. But anyway, we do have like this little window up here, which is kind of cool. Once the room is painted, it's going to be really nice and we can't wait to show it to you guys. There are a few projects that we need to do. We're actually changing out the floor and painting the walls. So, and our son is joining us really quick. Hi, baby. Oh. Now that we have a home, we've been figuring out how we will design most of the spaces. Our sponsor for this video is Skillshare. Since we are minimalists, we love having tons of space to allow for more flow and let our spaces breathe. Now that we have a bigger living space, we've been watching the lessons and ideas from Rose Sprinkle's Interior Design Like a Boss. We generally like to keep things simple, but I do appreciate how she gives advice on how to create focal points in a room, how to position your furniture, and even how to create big open white rooms in the contrasting dark rooms, which is definitely what we're going for. For the first 1,000 of our subscribers to click the link in the description, you will get a 1-month free trial so that you can start exploring your creativity today.
Okay, so the next question is for me. It is a weight loss update. So I share more about this on my Instagram, but I am trying to lose weight. I am on a weight loss journey. Back in December 2020, on actually the day after Christmas, I had that moment where I was like, okay, it's time. Like, I'm done having kids. Like, I need to put my health first. So I started my weight loss journey, and I just started by tracking my calories and working out and just, seeing where that went. And I lost 40 pounds. The last couple of months, I've been basically maintaining my weight. Not that I'm anywhere near my goal, but I've had just a lot of other things kind of take my attention. But I'm back to really focusing on that, because to lose weight, you need to be on a calorie deficit. So, I'm back on it. Recently, the scale started moving again, but my goal is to lose another 40 pounds. And I know it's not a race, but I'm trying to get there soon. So yes. Weight loss journey is going well. I have realized that when it comes to my weight, my health, I tend to put myself on the back burner. I try to make sure the kids are good and the house is good and things like that. And then I give myself what's left. So I know that when it comes to working out and all of that, I have to do it first. So the morning is what works best for me. So I'll share more about that if you guys want. And let's move on to the next question. This is for you. It can't be for me.
No. It says, what do I do for work?
What do you do for work?
So I work in philanthropy, and basically I work for a foundation that makes grants to organizations that improve health, the health outcomes of people and where we live in Palm Beach County. So I'm blessed to be able to work there. I love my job. I love being able to do it. I was actually wanting to be a doctor at one point, and when I decided that it wasn't the right lifestyle for me, this is weird because it's able to blend the best of both worlds. Like, I get to do that in a way. We make grants for people to have a better health, but I don't have to live the doctor lifestyle. So it's also been able to provide for us in amazing ways. So love my job, love what I do, and yeah.
So I know that question wasn't for me, but I'm going to answer it because people ask me all the time, like, do you have a side hustle? Do you do this? Do you do that? So my goal is just to be a stay-at-home mom, be a homemaker. I just like the daily home life. And I feel like that is a job, and it's like a job that you can't even put a price on. So I technically do work. All right, next question is, how do we handle negative comments?
We get a lot of those.
We sure do. You'd be surprised. I feel like we are not like those type of people who are like in drama or have any issues with anyone. So I do get surprised like with the amount of hate we get for the most random things. I feel like he's the more like brush it off. He doesn't care. He doesn't address it. He doesn't like even let it get to him. And for the most part, I'll do it too. Like, if one comment is like really, really harsh, I'll tell him about it. And I try not to dwell on it, but we are human and some words do hurt. So for the most part, we do brush it off, but then there's the occasional one that will just get in there. I've gotten comments. I would say the worst of the comments, I mean, people comment on our house that they don't like it, like they'll say like, we need decorations. Those are just like people's opinions. We've had people comment on our kids. Like, one woman said that our kids are gonna get made fun of because they're ugly.
I didn't.
You remember?
I don't remember.
Yes, you do. Remember she said that our kids are gonna get made fun of?
I don't remember.
Yeah, because I wrote her back and then you told me like, just delete the comment. Like, you don't even need to address it.
Yeah.
And then I had people comment on recently, like on my appearance. And what are the other?
I got one that basically was like, he's probably an abuser.
Yeah, we get they are the ones that annoy us are just the ones that are so far off. Like,
They don't even know me. I sometimes laugh when I see them. Not that I like laugh at people who comment on our videos.
But it's just like, why would a video of us make you think that?
Well, here's the thing. Look, so like...
People want to pick you apart for anything.
And people say this because we have TikTok too, and we have even more comments on TikTok. But yes, we are putting ourselves out there. So yes, the world is allowed to think whatever they want about us and comment whatever they want. It's true. And so in a way, it doesn't bother me as much. But I do know, like, some of you really are just trying to talk to us. Mm-hmm. And some have opinions, some have suggestions, and we read all of them. And we make sure we try to respond to all of them. There are a lot of them, but sometimes you guys have suggestions and we're open to it. Like, when it comes to like minimalism or even eco-minimalism or parenting and this and that, we read all of them. We take them to heart. We don't brush them off. But yes, we do get some negative comments, which is not really feedback. It's really like, hey, this person is like, I want to hurt you or make you feel bad about yourself, the way you live. Mm-hmm. Those ones, I always tell her, at least on my end, I don't care about those because it doesn't. Yeah. We are happy. We're secure in.
Well, people say that based on our videos, they're like, "You guys are so boring and so like mellow." Yeah. The thing is that we're recording, and I don't know if you record or you do YouTube or something, then like our natural faces. No one is ever just smiling all the time, but that doesn't mean they're not happy. So we are always laughing. Like, we joke a lot. And we genuinely have fun, but we can only show so much of our lives on camera, It's like, there's not a camera always rolling. So yes, we are happy and we are having fun. And anyway, so how we handle the negative comments is, for the most part, we just ignore them. We don't have anything to prove to anyone. We choose to share our lives because we know that a lot of people can benefit from it, the same way we love watching other people share their lives, because we can all learn from each other. So we're never gonna stop, and we're not gonna change who we are based on a couple negative comments. So the next one is, this was about YouTube. When are you posting another video, and where is your channel headed? Yeah,
so we have a few videos in the works, a couple especially about the home buying process, the whole story. There's a lot to it. So I just feel like it's definitely something that we want to share with you all, everything that happened, why we went in that direction. So there's a lot there. And then we have this new life. We want to share how we're adapting to this whole new lifestyle of like living in our own home and being minimalist in our own home and making it our home. We've tried to make every place that we lived in a home, but we've always known that it's not going to be where we stay. Yeah. And now we're making our home, and we're designing it the way that we like. We have some renovations that are going to be happening. We're decorating it the way that we like, painting it the way that we want. And so I'm excited about that. And so that's where the channel's heading. We're still going to share our life as minimalist, and we'll definitely make some videos on.
Let us know actually in the comments. Are we going to share the whole before and afters renovation stuff?
Well, we'll try to share as much as we can.
Yeah, let us know if you... Obviously, we're going to be sharing our lives, so that's part of it. But if you want to see like the before and after, because we are going to be doing some major things here, we'll share it with you guys. But obviously, our channel is not really that type of channel. But if you want to see it, we can somehow incorporate it. So let us know. Yeah. The next one is, what is your favorite thing to do together?
What's yours, and I'll tell you mine.
My favorite, I love simple. So, and simple is basically what the last 2 years have looked like, to be honest. I really enjoy when we put the kids to bed, and then it's just me and him, and for the most part, we will either eat or like we'll sit on the couch and watch a show, but like it's just me and him. So my favorite is when we're just together, no distractions, and whatever it is that we're doing, it's just that we're together. So every day, obviously I love my kids, but I do look forward to bedtime. I'm not gonna lie, I'm not the type of mom who, once they go to bed, I wanna wake them up. Like, once they go to bed, I'm like, ooh, yes, like, let's just spend time together. Mm-hmm. So what about you?
I mean, honestly, that's it's the same.
Yeah.
We don't get as much time.
We don't.
Because we have a lot going on. And then also, we don't really have a babysitter. So, and obviously there's been a pandemic. So we went on 2 dates in the last 2 years.
Yeah.
Like by ourselves.
Yeah.
And both times have been when we went to visit her
No,
dad.
my dad. Well, yes. So 3. Because remember last weekend. Actually, 3 times. Last weekend, my mom watched all 3 kids while we had like a date. Like we went to look at flooring and then we went to lunch. It's so, I don't know how to explain it, but like the only people I trust with my kids are my parents and then his grandma, aunt, and cousin. They all live together. But like family, like I'm one of those, I cannot let go yet. I know maybe when they're older, I'll like feel a little different, but right now, like I wouldn't get a babysitter or anything because my anxiety just will not allow it. It's nice because like when my mom babysat, she doesn't rush. She's like, take your time. She texts me like, you guys deserve it. And then when my dad has watched the kids, my dad is not local. He lives a couple hours away, but when we go over there, he'll tell us the same thing. Like, go ahead, don't worry. Like, we got it here. You know, those are really rare, but man, do we like really enjoy those times. Hopefully now when things settle down, we can, you know, have more dates, but it is tough because we just don't have a lot of family who can watch the kids.
And we're in that season right now where we have 3 kids, so we don't do as much. I have a few people mentors, older guys who have families, and they're like, this is that season. Like, you guys are going to be going through this, and you're going to invest in your kids and your family right now, and then one day it's going to be you guys again, and you are going to it's going to pay off. And so we try to look at it like that. It's just busy all the time.
Yeah.
And I try to remember this is still the same girl that I fell in love with 10 years ago. 10 or 11 years ago. And we have to remember that because we get so busy and caught up with parenting, work, now house stuff that we still have to enjoy time together. Even if it's something simple as like we get to watch our favorite show together every single night and then we go to bed at like 8. So.
Well, technically, because when I looked at my watch, I went to bed not last night, but the night before. It was like 9 o'clock or like super early. Like we do go to bed pretty early.
Thrill seeker, aren't you?
I need sleep, but yes, we do think that it's really important to prioritize marriage and dating each other. Like going on dates. But some seasons don't look like that. Don't beat yourself up. But I want to get back to that. So, okay. Next question is, what does a day in the life look like?
Wow. So what's a day in the life look like? It's kind of changed right now just since we bought a house and our schedules are just thrown off. But what it typically looks like and what I imagine it looking like now is I will wake up around 5 and go to the gym. I'll come back home. Carlene will probably have been with the kids. They've woken her up, not that the other way around. Then they'll get ready for school, and then I'll take them to school, come back, and then she'll have her peaceful time of coffee by herself with Legend sleeping, taking a nap. And I usually work all throughout the day, and so I'll be working, and then lunchtime will happen. So she'll be making food for lunch, getting things ready, because Zahn comes home a little bit earlier than Mila. And then we're just trying to put Zahn and Legend down for their naps. Mila will come home. And then typically that's whenever things kind of like slow down for a couple hours, really. It's not long. I'll be working, she'll be doing stuff around the house, and then it's a fight to the finish for bedtime. But we usually try to, now, like, it's so beautiful, like where we live, there's a park, and the kids now have a big backyard to play in, so they're just like playing and running around, or we'll take them to, they'll ride their bikes and do their scooters, put them down for sleep. And again, 3 kids, it's a lot. It's just constant. And
there's always something.
It doesn't stop until probably around 7 o'clock.
Yeah.
And then when it stops, it's like, we're hoping that it stays like...
When it stops, it's bedtime.
We're like, I hope these next couple hours just go by so slow, because you don't want to have to go to sleep and do it all over again.
Yeah. We like to have a couple hours just to be awake and not be needed, if that makes sense. Yeah. But yeah, it's been good because we have a backyard and it tires them out a little bit. So they run and they're wild, and then we do have a park nearby, so we walk to that. So it's been good. We're adjusting to life in a neighborhood. Like, it's
Neighbors come up to us
Yeah.
and say hi. Welcome to the. I'm like,
that's crazy. Yeah, it's like normal for some people, but for us who we've never had that, we lived in an apartment, a townhouse, and then an apartment.
Yeah.
And so we never had community. We never really had like that whole neighbor thing, but we met our neighbors. They are awesome. They have 15 kids. The youngest is like 40 something, he said. But yeah, they're super sweet.
well, we can't wait to see more of you guys. We're making more videos. Don't worry. We've been in the process. Comment below if there are any questions that you've had for us in the last month.
Yeah.
During the home buying process, or just stuff that you want to see now that we're in our own home. And so, as always, stay minimal, our friends, and we will see you in the next video.